Oh, okay. Welcome everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to stitch this mask. I'm going to show you first the finished product that I have. Okay, this is what it's going to look like. This will be the back portion of it. This is the front portion of it. The side is being tied by the ties. Okay, there is a gap in between, and this is where you're going to put the filter in and then tie it tightly. So it's very simple and master of it. So nothing to worry about, nothing to get scared of. It's very easy. Okay. All you need is fabric and your sewing machine. The fabric size, one is plain and one is printed. You can have both plain or both printed, it doesn't matter. We just took it for just to make it colorful and pretty. Otherwise, it's just anything you have, anything you can do, anything you can work with is fine. You take two pieces of 8 by 10, 8 inches on one side and then 10 inches on the other side. Okay, and what you do is, just to differentiate, I have one printed and one is plain. Before you start anything, the first thing you have to do is fold it and run the stitch. And when you stitch it, it looks like this. You've stitched one end of it and it looks like this. And then what you do is you have to make a pleat. It doesn't have to be perfect, just as best as you can, okay? What I do is I make the pleat and I iron it. That way it's easier for you when you stitch it. And now this distance or this width should be 4 inches after you make the pleat. This is 8 inches. When you fold it to the pleat, it has to come to 4. Okay? So this is how you pleat it. The same thing you do with the plain fabric. And then what you do is you have to put them together. And before I showed you the fabric pieces to cut, which is 8 by 10 of plain, another 8 by 10 of printed. At the same time, you also need to cut the strips. The side strips are 5 inches long and 1.5 inches wide. The long strips are 42 inches long and same 1.5 inches wide. And how do you get 42 inches is just one length of the fabric. When you buy the fabric, it is 42 inches wide and then the number of yards you buy. Okay? So if you cut one fold like that, it comes to one long piece of tying strip. So it's easier to cut that way. All you have to do is keep cutting 1.5 inches wide and straight pieces. That will give you these long strips. Okay? So what you do is, here I have ironed it. So it's easier for me to work on. And I have the two pieces, put them together. Put them together, okay? And take one of the small pieces and you need to sew them. Sew the 3 pieces together, okay? If you just run one stitch at the corner and then you will get it like this. Okay? And then what you do is you fold it. You fold it and you cover the edge and you run a stitch again at the end, right there. And when you stitch that, this is how it will look on both sides. Let me show you one more time. You've stitched the 3 pieces together and then you pull this up, you fold it again like a hem or a piping, if we used to call it piping, and then you run a stitch through it like this. When you stitch that, this is how it will look. Okay? And since we had stitched that first one, see, you have the fold here, and then you have the open edges here. Okay. The next step is just kind of get the middle of it and take the long piece, the long piece of fabric, these strips, put them together. Let me show you. From the middle, and then you have to sew this way, and then sew from this side till here. And I'm going to show you now where stitching it too. When you sew this, and then you fold it, and then you stitch it again, and that's how you get this portion of it. Okay, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Any questions so far?
I have a question.
Am I making sense? Are you able to understand?
Yeah, Jyotika, go ahead. What's your question?
The folding, how to do folding? Can you show me how to fold it? Because your folding is perfect.
Yes. Yes, and the folding is, let me measure it. It's about less than a centimeter. Okay.
Okay.
And are you able to see? I'm not sure if you're able to see it the way I'm showing.
I can see it. I'm seeing
Okay.
it.
You fold it once, and then you fold it again to cover the stitching, and then you stitch again.
If I may add in this place, you don't really, you can use that extra cloth, the 3 pieces, and then fold, or you can just hem it with just the 2 layers. Is it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna move the sewing machine. All right. Now I hope you're able to see it. You won't be able to see me, but see how I've stitched it here. First stitch where I'm putting all 3 pieces together, and then you pull this up, you fold it, and then you cover it up again. Okay? You cover it, and one word of caution before you start stitching, please wash your hands. And also when you're threading the needle, please do not lick it. Keep a small container of water next to you. That way you can twist the thread and then thread the needle. If you lick it, then you're not serving the purpose of sanitation. So. Are you able to see it? What I'm stitching?
Yeah, I can see it.
Now this is how it will look like. Okay. Now I'm going to stitch the long pieces. Give me just a second. Okay. Now, like I told you, the long strips, they are 42 inches long. Take the middle of it, and same way over here, take the middle of it, put them together. Now, are you able to see this? Okay. The same thing now you have to do is fold it once. Okay. Fold it again over the stitching that you have done. So it will give you a piping like this. Okay, I'm not sure if you're able to see it. When you come to end of this face mask, you continue with stitching the ties, okay? And you have to, I don't know if you're able to see me fold it. Are you able to see how I'm folding and continuing the ties?
Yeah, I can see. The video shows. I can see that.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can we use bias strips instead of using the open strip and folding it while
You
stitching?
can, but the bias strips, you know, by the time you buy it and everything, it gets expensive. This is cost effective, but you can.
Yeah, but if I have, yes. Okay.
Yeah, if you have them, you can use that. It's the same thing.
Okay, thank you. One more question.
Yes.
Are you gonna show how to do it with elastics as well, or just
No, we're not doing the elastic ones for the for this project. It's just the ties.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
ties one. We're not doing the elastic one.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
share other videos for elastic, but it's extremely hard to secure elastic in the market right now. So that's why we are going.
I have a few. Can I use it?
You can use it.
Or okay.
You can use it. More welcome. But what we noticed is like getting just the cloth itself is hard, and
I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And this, sorry, I joined the meeting a little late. Is this the one without filter? Without the filter insert?
No.
No, this is the one with the inserts.
Okay.
We're gonna do that.
Okay. Okay.
Now see how I stitched this portion and I've completed the piping and I've done half the side. Okay, the same thing you continue with this side.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how to do the other one with the opening.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
I'm going to leave that blank and.
By the way, Priya, I know you joined late. One of the things we are trying to do is like mute everyone and unmute when you have to ask a question or something, right? So that
yes.
20 other people on the call. So we're trying to make sure that everyone.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I muted myself. Actually.
Okay. All right. Now the one with the opening portion, opening side of it, you have to keep the printed one which you've already sewn the edges. So you put that aside and you put the piping on just the plain portion of it. So I'm just going to start. And again, you start in the middle, halfway. And you make sure you keep this open so that it doesn't get caught in your stitching, okay? And when it comes to the edge, what you do is you hold on to this portion and you are you able to see? I just sewed it on the side of it, okay? Whereas it doesn't hold the printed portion. Same way on this side. I'm going to finish this piping for you just to show how to do it. And finish the other side. Okay. Now, let's fold this out. And you've stitched one side of it. Now I'm going to go to the other side to finish that edge. Again, while you're stitching on the other side too, please make sure you're not going over the printed portion of the material. Okay, you have to leave that gap open. That should do it. See, this is the finished open edge of it, and then you finish this edge later. Any questions?